about the youngins that rescued me from the man who was trying to assault me in the McDonald's, and how if it hadn't been for them, he would have assaulted me. These are the same folks that were cleaning up there, and there's a few other encounters that they've had with that man since that I think are important, and they felt were important enough to tell me. So if they want their faces on camera, they can point the camera, at themselves. The thing is, they and a bunch of other people kept on coming up to me and telling me about the guy over and over again. Now, this is one of the things about, needing to run errands, and trying not to waste a bunch of fucking gas. Running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And of course, I gotta go the long way around, because this dude, even though he's got an entire goddamn state, he wants to follow me around and fucking stalk me like a creepy bastard. That's his dolphin there. Let's see if I can get this to zoom in. Yep, I certainly can. So of course, for me, my options are to go around. I like his dog. I don't like him. There was more than one occasion where he was trying to give young people drugs and or alcohol in exchange for, we should probably listen to what Shayna was saying, I guess. So I'll pull that out and press play. Oh, come on. If not, they can point it up at the sky. But I'm going to give the young lady the camera first, because I feel that, you're more likely to listen to her. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to.
I'm not going to. I don't.
Now, if it says rotate like it says right now, then it means that it's not. There you go.
Okay.
Point it up the street or down the street.
Hello. So, oops. Okay. So, one time I was hanging out with the old guy, and we were talking about, I was trying to maybe set him up with, this girl I knew, jokingly, and she was, 26, 27, and we started talking about my cat, and he asked me how old she was, so I thought he was talking about my cat, and I said that she was 15, 16, and he's like, oh, that's perfect, and I was like, what do you mean, because I thought we were talking about my cat, and then I realized he was talking about the girl, and I said, no, she's 26, and then he's like, oh, that's perfect, anyways, but that was really messed up, and then he got banned from this pool here because he was perving on little kids. So he's not allowed at the pool anymore. He's just really messed up.
Yeah. Alright, so that's just one of the situations with him. And of course, the young man who's with me, he's also, like I said, not all of my heroes are a bunch of rich people. And the things that both of these youngins have done, not only to help to clean up the community, but also to look out for one another, and also to look out for a complete and total stranger with a beard, that being me. If they hadn't stepped forward when they did in McDonald's, there would have been a physical altercation, and they rescued me from that. Just like the people that worked down at the Astro. You guys got to hear on multiple occasions when I was getting messed with, people there spoke up. And it's important to do that. It's important to work together, and it's important to make people aware. Now, I was going to let the young man here do the same thing. If you turn it to the side like this, it'll say rotate device. So when it does the rotate device thing, it's not recording, it's just being a pain. So usually what I'll do is I'll point it up at an angle like this, or I'll point it, up the street or some other direction, that way the park's facing up. All right, I'm gonna pause this for a second. The guy on the street corner here that's flying a sign, this is the guy that Logan and Shayna are talking about. This is a recording from last year all the way in Hood River. Like, this guy has literally stalked me here to Tillamook. You got to hear Shayna talking about him perving on people at the pool. In just a couple of minutes in the conversation, she'll start talking about the situation where he was trying to... Alright, what Don trying to do was trying to send Logan on long errands that would take forever and get some alone time with Shayna. And then when he had alone time with Shayna, he did the same thing he did to some of the other girls there. Wanted to offer her the drug choice that she has, or the alcohol choice that she likes. And yeah, these girls know what's up. Logan, he was real resilient, leaving Shayna anywhere because she's pretty small. So, when he was able to be conned into going on an errand for the old guy, well, he did usually take Shayna with him. Sometimes the old guy would do stuff. There was another gentleman, his girlfriend. She was only 17 though, and he was like 19. But they were having the same issue with the guy. He wanted to basically hold the 17-year-old for ransom while her boyfriend went and got whatever drug of choice or alcohol of choice that Murphy was paying for. So that's one of the things about predators out here is they try to victimize people on the streets first because they're the ones that nobody's going to care about. It's leaky. I'm inside of the store. It's easy for me to be in here. Can't you see how I had to walk the long way around to get here? I shouldn't have to do that. Nobody should. God, that's not working.
Go with a different cheese.
I just go 5
It's fine.
Got American, yellow, American white.
We'll go with American white.
Not too good.
No?
No, I got a stalker, so I decided to come in here and hide for a few minutes. Hope that he goes away. I was too broke for coffee, but I have enough to get myself in Arizona, so I figured I'd stay in line and get in Arizona. Yep. And then I heard you being all kind again, offering to slice up some brand new cheese for this gentleman.
Yeah, I'm really having a really good day. Because I got here, we got no manager. One's off, the other one called out. One that they got stand-ins called out too. So it's, it's great. And kind of, so there's four of us here doing this stuff.
So the four of me
11:30, then I reach your maturity. But talk to the outside.
She is sweet as a button though.
But she talks.
It's fine.
And my dad's in the coma in the ICU in Mexico, California.
Oh my God. That's
So it's like taking my dad out. Probably 6 weeks, whatever else they want to try to get from me. Now my younger brother saw a rampage, trying to go find the other day in the woods. He'll probably go through the mosquito time.
yeah. And meanwhile,
Oh, nice. They probably didn't mind it.
Still cold.
Alright, so today is 6:38. That's it. Some great days. These are no bueno. They're okay. They got a weekend or something like that. They're not still no more.
Chris, what else did you do?
that's it.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
So today's gonna be 109. I got 10 cents here if you got it all.
$95.10.
Yep, that's gonna be.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too. Thank you. At least at 99 cents was tea.
Yeah. But it's better deal. You get more.
Oh. That feller is off the corner now, but I don't know where he went, and he's a creepy fucker. Gotta walk the long way around to make sure that nobody's fucking with my car, which does happen from time to time. It's not often, but it does happen. Also, I do need to eat today, so there's that. And that was the money that I was gonna try spending on some photocopies. That didn't work either, does it? See, that's the thing, is that trying to protect myself from fucking creepy bastards ain't easy. I'm not gonna get heard by the cops. They're fucking just as goddamn crooked as everyone else. It comes down to popularity. Police know this. Who do people give a shit about? Well, those are the people whose rights you can't violate. Well, going to the cops about that guy hasn't done jack shit. Sometimes, once in a great while, when somebody says, well, I'll go take care of it right now, they actually mean it. The fact that he's on his way out, maybe that filler actually meant it. I tell people, hey, I don't want anybody threatened. I don't want anybody's life threatened. I don't want anybody hurt or beat up. I just want them to leave me the fuck alone. As far as things that have been taken from me, yes, they can be recovered. Most of them. Now, obviously, that stuff with Logan and Shayna, that was all the way in Hood River. The guy that was in that RV that just went by me, that's the guy. He's not allowed at the pool there because he was creeping on kids. He had multiple situations with Shayna where he was decidedly not a gentleman and decidedly not a veteran. Oh my God, that is so nice. I'm gonna tell you something. I know everybody got problems. Lady back there in Safeway, just so you know, she's a badass. She's one of my favorite people in these here parts. She's a functional human being, God damn it. You know? A lot of the stuff that parents are going through, we all feel it. We all feel it. There's a lot of people who are prideful and they stay broke. There's a lot of people who are loving and caring and they pretty well stay broke. Good people and rich people ain't the same thing. For me, I'm in a constant need for money because I've got a constant hemorrhage of cash because of abuse that I had to endure. I had to endure it because nobody cared. Nobody cared that I was having to deal with people like that Murphy feller. Well, before I ever met that Murphy feller. Child molesters are fucking gross. Groomers and pedophiles are fucking sick. I don't understand why people can't love each other right. Why does it have to be about sex? And who's the most likely person to rape or molest you as a child? It's one of your parents. %80 of the time, it's one of your parents. 80% of the time. 62% of all violent deaths against children are committed by parents. Almost 60% of all filicides are committed by mothers. Yep. The young lady who was assaulted by Officer Reeves in the parking lot over there, I should say Deputy Reeves. Almost every person who's told me about that guy since that situation who's told me that he's a good cop has literally immediately afterwards told me a crime that officer committed. Yeah, small towns, that's kind of the way it works. He's a good cop if he breaks the law, apparently. Indeed. Alright, I'm gonna go try to fly on that corner. I wasn't attempting some sort of hostile takeover of the corner. I'm just trying to get that guy to leave me the hell alone. Just like before Natalie died, I just wanted people to leave me the hell alone. When you say, "Whoa, that's not the way to do it." Well, what is the way to do it? I went to my friends. I went to the cops. Did that fucking work? Telling them to leave me alone and call off the dogs. That didn't work. Going to the cops, my friends, my family, therapists. None of them gave a shit. Too busy talking over me, telling me what to do, what to think, what to feel. Gets overwhelming. When you're being harmed and you're being told by others what happened. Like, you weren't there. Why are you telling me what happened when you weren't there? Oh yeah, you have conspiracy theories. That's right. Conspiracy theories. Based on man-hater groups. There's a lot of people who are pissed off that they're recorded and they're on my channel. But they're on my channel for a reason. The situations and events did, in fact, and indeed happen. I told on some bad cops, like Officer Waylon Lolatai. Officer Jai Rogers, or Detective Jai Rogers, as well as Detective Peterson. You know what happens when you tell on bad cops and you have to do it alone? More cops get involved and commit more felonies. And that allows people like Waylon Lolatai to continue doing his job, which is to hunt hobos. Unfortunately, sometimes they're wrong. That's why Sammy Leon Lawrence IV was assaulted by Waylon Lolatai. That's why Waylon Lolatai was allowed to pull a shotgun on Zeta Atkinson. Why he was allowed to shove Michelle Clark. Why he was allowed to manhandle, mistreat, berate, and of course, propagate violence against Michelle Rodriguez. Waylon Lolatai is a dangerous man. All cops are dangerous because they'll all protect the one bad cop. All cops know that their department is so crooked that if they were to do such a thing, they'd lose their job. Once in a while, though, somebody does something so incredibly stupid and it gets caught on camera that they have to cull the herd. Sacrificial lamb and all that. Like Officer Smiley. Officer Smiley was just doing his job. Or that would be how you would look at it if Zade Atkinson had been homeless. But he wasn't homeless. Somebody did care. And somebody did record it. And although he went through a situation that I've seen 100 times in Boulder, Colorado with homeless people, it's somehow magical unicorn wrong if you do it to a college student. Waylon Lolatai assaulted at least 7 people on camera in 2017. No, 2018. I'm sorry. There's a lot of years this has been going on. He wasn't forced to leave the apartment until 2019. This is a big man. He played for the University of Hawaii. He also played for Colorado State University. He's also darker than Zade Atkinson and Sammy Leon Lawrence IV, who both played it off like it was a race thing. It's absolutely not. When it comes to violence out here, there's a lot of people, like, of course, Keith Steinman. He knows there's a lot of shit he's not allowed to do, so he just breaks a bunch of his cameras. Or he goes and lies to homeless people that are new to Boulder. Let me tell you the story of Michael Pennington. Michael Pennington had to deal with a lot of assaults by Steinman. A lot of people did. But it wasn't just Steinman. Steinman ran around saying all sorts of shit that Monkey didn't do. But Steinman was going to blame it on Monkey anyway. That's what Michael Pennington went by on the streets. Monkey. Monkey absolutely wasn't perfect. However, Officer Steinman is a lot more crooked. He used to come up to us after one of our friends had frozen to death. Say, you hear about the new bumsicle we found? Many witnesses to that. And we got that goddamn fentanyl. People are literally using it for killing people. It's not a joke. When some of the local homeless people drugged me in Hood River, I went to the hospital. I also went to the cops. Neither of them did jack shit about it. When you're homeless, and you go into the hospital, they automatically write down worst case. Assume your guilt. Assume you're wrong. Assume you're bullshitting. All the cards are stacked against you. You're not a human being. You're a fucking paycheck for those people. That's all you are. Treated worse than cattle. I need gas again. It happens. Someone calling themselves Buffy Daniels typed, here in Kalispell, Montana, we got a huge problem. Yeah, I'm aware. I was in Hardin, Montana. I was also in Billings, Montana, and Bozeman, Montana, Belgrade, Montana, Latin Gateway. Yes, ma'am. It's nationwide. That's what my channel is showing you, too, is that it's nationwide. I got footage while I was trying to get a computer. I let a guy use it to contact his family, and he stole it instead. He was a drug addict. So I had to go to the other drug addicts to try to get my computer back. Thank goodness they helped me to get my computer back. The video series on here is called Computaco. If you type it all one word, Computaco, there's 1 through 12, I believe. It's that addict going with me to help me to get my computer back. And we got my computer back when the police were entirely ineffective. Repeatedly. The police showed up to victimize me for trying to turn in the shit that was going on. Buffy Daniels typed, our teens are killing our homeless people. Our senators are cheering them on. It's our, O-U-R. Not trying to be a grammar Nazi, just trying to assist. So, let me tell you something about Montana. Zoe Not Afraid was the youngest suicide in Montana history at 11 years of age. She had a twin sister named Selena Not Afraid. She also went by Selena Bell. Selena Bell was killed on New Year's of 2020. Her sister, a year before, was killed outside the Billings airport in a hit and run. Her brother, Preston Bell, was shot to death by the police. So they lost Zoe, they lost Teresa, they lost Lena, and they lost Preston. That's the reality of what we're going through. Those of us who are not on drugs, we're victimized by the druggies out here. The druggies are sick and tired of being victimized by the police, and the police are having a fucking heyday with it. Then they're saying, oh, we've been defunded. We can't do anything. We can't do anything. Our hands are tied. We've been defunded. They never did a goddamn thing for us when they had all the funding in the world. Now almost all of their funding goes to making a big show when somebody important has some little issue, or hiding the crimes that they're committing against the homeless. Chief Big Hair of Hardin, Montana, and no, that's not a joke. That's not me making fun of him. That's literally his last name, Big Hair. His family is related to the Not Afraid family. His dumbass said that she died of natural causes, exposure, before the autopsy was ever done. That's how the police murder the homeless. The city councilmen murder the homeless. It's by using these sundown laws that traditionally were for black people, weren't they? Well, they were immediately imposed upon the homeless or the mentally ill. You should see the history of the South. That ain't just black people. That's just what we get focused on. Hyper focused on. What about the blacks? What about the blacks? What about the blacks? Well, what about the homeless? The 13th Amendment is used against us every single day. That old guy there, he's one of the homeless that, well, a lot of the homeless would do exactly the same thing to that guy if they could get a hold of him. They'd do what's called inviting him up the mountain with a bottle. You find out what his drug of choice is, just like he does to the little girls. He tries to find out what their drug of choice is. He tries to get them alone. They're not allowed to touch the drugs. See, he bought this stuff for a reason, but he's still homeless. He still drives around a vehicle that's expensive on gas. Matter of fact, I should probably plug in my phone so they don't die. The thing is, it's not just YouTube and Facebook. We need to all speak up. Actually go to the courts together to turn this shit in. Go to the police together the first time it happens. For me, the first time I had somebody smack me, push me, or slap a phone out of my hand, I should have had a friend or family member go in with me to try to turn it in so I wouldn't be blown off. I didn't have a friend or family member to go in with me, so I had to try to learn how to record stuff. Well, I needed somebody to teach me how to do that. And even though I spent a lot of money to learn how to do that, nobody actually taught me. After I paid them, they just told me to do so. The people out here being victimized the most are the ones who don't do drugs. We got a lot of single moms out here. And a lot of single dads victimized every single day just because they're homeless, just because of the conditions that they're forced to live in, and the fact that those conditions are illegal to live in. It's illegal to be homeless. Anyway, Buffy Daniels, I'd like it if you'd share some of your stories on my channel. Unless you're angry that I grammar Nazi'd you, I wasn't trying to be a dick. There's always room for improvement, and I fuck up a lot. A lot of times, though, the things that you might consider fuck-ups are things that I had to do out of desperation because people's lives were at stake. My little sister telling me people are threatening to kill her and my niece. A lot of these gaslighters who pretended to give a shit about me, telling me about their families being threatened. People like Sarah Bacon, who is an alcoholic. That shit's not okay. It's not okay that those people gaslighted me like that. Pretended that they and their families were being threatened and that their lives were at risk after promising to help me. But then, of course, when I speak up about it, they never once tried coming forward with me about it to the police, and the police got to pretend I made it all up. Forced to go to literally police officers, by name, the police officers who had committed crimes against me. One of the officers in Tacoma, his name is Officer Schneider. He helped people who stole from me to get away. Then his department took part in ignoring me and ignoring the situation and then threatening me and then lying to me. And as always, they abuse you until you have a mental breakdown and then they take you to the hospital because they don't want to do their jobs. It's easier for them to just fucking bully you. If you're going to speak up, and not just to the peanut gallery. If you're going to preach, preach, but not just to the choir. If you're going to do something, do something. Don't talk about it for 6 years. There are lives at stake.